Hey guys, welcome in. I'm gonna give it a Hey guys, welcome in. I'm gonna give it a few seconds or two and then we'll get started. See, Miss Tyler, what? All right, I'm gonna give it just a few seconds and then I am going to get started here. We have a pretty short topic today. I think this is going to be a good one, but it's a pretty short topic today. So, yeah, we got like one more second. And then we'll get to getting. Welcome everybody, whoever's tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alrighty, you guys. I think we are ready to jump right into this thing. All right, let's go. All right. Well, you're listening to WGSL 104.7 online radio, where clarity meets courage, where healing meets action, and where real conversations live. This is your daily dose with life coach GinaSherrie. And I want to start off asking a quick question. I'm not going to hold you guys too long today. It's going to be about maybe 20 minutes or less. Just something that has been on my mind that I think would be a good thing to share and kind of clear up, right? So let me ask you this question to start us off. If jealousy had a voice, what would it say about you? Okay. Again, my question is, if jealousy had a voice, what would it say about you? Not what it says to you, what it says about you. Okay. So I want you guys to keep that question in the back of your mind as we continue on. Because jealousy isn't loud for no reason, right? It shows up when something inside of us feels unseen, unsafe, or unresolved. And today we're not shaming jealousy, we're about to unpack it, okay? And I think this is a really good topic because a lot of people are not honest with themselves when they feel that jealousy creeping in. They make it something else, but it really is jealousy, okay? So welcome in, whether this is your first time listening to the Daily Dose or you've been rocking with me for a while. This is your space for truth, reflection, growth, no judgment, no mask, right? So take a deep breath because you are exactly where you need to be in this moment. So welcome in, everybody. We're doing live on TikTok this evening. We're not going to hold you too long. We're going to be about 20 minutes or less. The topic is jealousy. Isn't the problem, unhealed wounds are. Okay, so the topic again today is jealousy isn't the problem, unhealed wounds are. Okay, but let's be clear. Jealousy doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means something inside of you is asking for attention, right? Jealousy shows up when we compare our behind the scenes to someone else's highlighted reel. Okay, we feel overlooked, we feel undervalued or replaced, right? We don't trust ourselves, we don't trust our worth or our timing, right? So that's where some of the jealousy will come from. And instead of asking, why am I feeling this way? We ask, why do they have that? Why them, right? Why not me? So that's part of the jealousy. But one thing we need to remember, jealousy isn't about them. It's about the story you're telling yourself about you, right? If we really break this down. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm your life coach and your host, GinaSherrie, and you are listening to The Daily Dose. Our topic tonight is jealousy isn't the problem, unhealed wounds are. Okay? So if you guys can't stay for the full episode, that is fine. You guys can head over to Spotify later and listen to the full episode, right? If you guys are just tuning in, I am going to give you guys 2 journal prompts. If you guys listen to the show, then you guys know that we have our journals, and we journal all the time. So I do give you guys journal prompts, and today we're going to have about 2 of them, okay? So if you haven't gotten a journal or something to write with, this is your time to do so. And yeah, because I don't want you guys to miss out. And the reason for the journal is to be raw and honest with yourself, right? Because you cannot heal if you do not, if you're not honest with what needs to be healed. Okay. Like I said, and instead of asking why am I feeling this, we ask why do they have that. Jealousy isn't about them, it's about the story that you're telling yourself. Okay, so we're gonna do some reflections right now. So this is the first part of your journal, and I want you guys to either, you don't have to write all 5 of them down, but if you resonate with any one of them, you guys can write this down, right? And like I said, if you're not able to write anything down right now, if you might be driving or doing something that has your attention, that you guys can always go and listen to the full episode, and you guys can get journal prompts there. Okay, so we're gonna slow this down for a second. You don't have to answer this out loud, but if you guys are connected to the TikTok, if you guys want to answer it, that is fine. If you guys even want to go over it, over 1 or maybe 2, that's fine as well. We could do that. Okay, the first one: who triggers your jealousy the most and why? Okay, who triggers your jealousy the most and why? Okay, that question you really got to be honest with yourself. Especially if you're trying, I don't get jealous. Everybody gets jealous about something, right? Number 2, that question you really got to be honest with yourself. Especially if you're trying, I don't get jealous. Everybody gets jealous about something, right? Number 2, what wound does jealousy poke at? Is it rejection, abandonment, not feeling enough? So number 4, I think, is a really, really good one. I'll read it again. What wound does jealousy poke at? Is it rejection, abandonment, or not feeling enough? And number 5, when jealousy shows up, do you compete, withdraw, or self-sabotage? And I am one of those classic self-sabotages. I'm self-sabotage. And I am one of those classic self-sabotages. I've gotten so much though, but I used to self-sabotage everything. If I got scared, Lord, I am self-sabotaging for everything. If I got scared, Lord, I am self-sabotaging for real, for real. It felt too good to be true. Self-sabotaging for real, for real. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for guys joining the Daily Dose. I am jealousy is not the problem. So that's what we're talking about tonight, okay? So that is just a bit of information. And like I said, if you guys are not able to write this down, you guys can head over to Spotify for the full episode, and you guys can get it there, okay? So let's keep talking along. Okay, so now we're about to enter to a part that a lot of people don't talk about, don't mention, or don't want to face, right? Sometimes jealousy shows up in friendships. And there's a lot of people that you think is your friend that is secretly low-key jealous of you. And it does a lot of people that you think is your friend that is secretly low-key jealous of you. And it does show out if you pay attention to it. With the backhand comments, low-key jealous of you. And it does show out if you pay attention to it. With the backhand comments or compliments to little things. People don't want to clap for you. They're not necessarily happy for you. Right? There's a different ways, if you pay attention to your so-called friends, that you can see that person is jealous of you, right? But are they really jealous of you, or are they resenting things that they don't have, right? Sometimes it lives in relationships. You can be dating someone, be married to someone, and one of your spouses can be jealous. So that's not something that we do not hear about. I've counseled relationships before, and they're jealousy, and it can either make or break you, especially if the person that is holding those feelings are not being honest and able to voice that's what they're feeling, right? Sometimes it sneaks into family dynamics, and I think we could do a whole nother show with that one, jealousy among siblings, and stuff like that. So you have some parents that are jealous of their kids. I hate to say this, but I'm going to put it out there. There's quite a few mothers that are jealous of their daughters, right? If we're going to be real, if we're going to be honest and be able to overcome and talk about it, there are some mothers out there that are jealous of their daughters, right? So yeah, but that's a whole nother topic. And instead of saying that person saying and able to voice that they're hurting, they always say the typical thing, well, I'm fine. Somebody asks you what's wrong, I'm fine. You okay? I'm fine. So that's just a way of masking and putting on that poker face and lying to yourself, not trying, but lying to yourself, telling yourself that you're fine and you're really not, right? But jealousy doesn't disappear when it's ignored. You can't just push it down and think that it's going to go away if you don't face it, right? That's like any problem that we deal with. It just gets louder in passive ways, right? Whether it's feeling, thinking, so that you guys can actively work on that, right? You can't heal if you're not honest with what needs to be healed, right? And so I tell you guys that all the time, and this is the same thing. Healing starts when you say, what is this feeling I'm trying to teach myself? What is this feeling trying to teach me? And if you guys can recognize that when you guys starting to get into that feeling, and if you guys just go back in that moment and be like, what is this trying to teach me? Why am I feeling this way? And acknowledge it, then that's when you guys can start working on it, right? Or I should say we can start working on it, right? So we're in the we're halfway through this, guys. I told you guys I wasn't going to hold you long. But if you're just tuning in, this is a Daily Dose with Life Coach GinaSherrie on WGSL 104.7 online radio. If you're just tuning in, this is a Daily Dose with Life Coach GinaSherrie on WGSL 104.7 online radio. Put that in the chat. We could definitely do that as well so that I can know that. See, I'm doing better with the whole going live and doing stuff, right? I'm trying. On a scale of 1 to 10, how heavy does jealousy feel in your life right now? This is not a journal prompt, but this is something that you can write down if you want to, or just have something to think about. On a scale of 1 to 10, how heavy does jealousy feel in your life right now? If you guys want to put a number 1 through 10 on there, if you guys are bold enough to do that, you guys can do that as well. Because there's no judgment here. It's just awareness, right? We're not judging anybody. When you guys are going through a healing journey, there is no judgment in that healing journey, right? We're just making ourselves aware of the things that we need to still work on and heal from, right? Because awareness is the doorway to our healing, right? So jealousy doesn't mean you want what that person necessarily has. It's something that it represents, right? It means what it represents. And sometimes it can represent that person having security. It could represent that person having love. It could represent that person having freedom, recognition, or even peace, right? And also, somebody can be jealous of the way that you overcome something. They're trying to figure out how you keep getting knocked down, you keep getting back up, and you keep doing it. I'm not saying all the time with a smile, but they're trying to figure out how. And how is it that when they're going through something, it's like their world is falling apart, right? But when you're going through something, they're trying to figure out how you're making it, how you're still able to get up and keep pushing forward, right? So people can be jealous of people having peace, like for real. Instead of asking why them, for anybody that is feeling this way, ask what part of me needs nurturing right now. And it's not just for jealousy. I think sometimes we need to do a check-in, right? And ask ourselves what part of me needs nurturing right now. In this moment, what do I need? So I often ask myself that question, and then that helps me to like just do a self-reflection and dig deep in why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, right? So what part of me needs nurturing right now? And instead of competing, I want you guys to get curious and to understand that your path doesn't require a comparison. Your timing is not late. To get curious and to understand that your path doesn't require a comparison. Your timing is not late, right? And what I always say, you guys will hear me say this in pretty much every episode, what's meant for you will be for you. And nobody can take that from you. So your timing is not late. And your worth is not up for debate. You guys hear me say that all the time too. Your worth is not up for debate, okay? So we have come to the second part of the journal prompt. Before we close this segment for tonight, see, I told you guys it won't be long. Here is your journal prompt, okay? When jealousy shows up in my life, it's usually because I'm afraid of blank. Okay, I will read this again. When jealousy shows up in my life, it's usually because I'm afraid of this. And that is a blank line. I want you guys to fill in that blank, but I also want you guys to really think about what you're going to put there. Be honest, be raw with yourself, right? Nobody's reading this but you. So there's no point of lying about what you're feeling in the moment, okay? I'm going to read it one more time. When jealousy shows up in my life, it's usually because I'm afraid of this. And you guys sit with that, write it out. I want you, as you guys are being real and raw with yourself, I also want you guys to be gentle with yourself. This is not a beat up on you, right? I don't want you to feel like this, to be gentle with yourself. This is not a beat up on you, right? I don't want you to feel like this. I think we got everything in there. So as we wrap up our daily dose today, I want you guys to remember this: jealousy isn't your enemy, it's your messenger. I'll say that one more time. Jealousy is not your enemy, it is your messenger. So once you guys are feeling those, having those thoughts, I need you to reflect on that and ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to teach me? Right? What is the lesson that I need to learn from this? Okay? Because jealousy is not your enemy, it's your messenger. And once you listen to that message, you don't have to carry that weight anymore. It's like a release, just like your journals. It's like a release. Okay? But that's it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and spending this time with me on WGSL 104.7 online radio. If today's episode spoke to you, I want you to first to make it a domino effect and pass it along to somebody that you think may need it. And then I want you to connect with me on my Instagram, The Daily Dose. You guys can DM me there, or you guys can email me if you have any questions, coaching inquiries, or show feedback. Email me at hostGinaSherrie@gmail.com. Again, my email is hostGinaSherrie@gmail.com. So once we wrap up here, you guys, we're going to put this on Spotify. So the journal prompts, you can listen to that again, and I will do your question in there. And if you guys want me to share, if you guys want to answer any of the questions from the first journal prompt, or you guys want to share that on the next episode, you guys can definitely give me permission to do that, and you guys can DM me so that I can have that. Okay, so until next time, you guys, I want you guys to be honest with yourself, be gentle with your healing, and keep choosing growth. This has been the Daily Dose with your life coach, GinaSherrie. Okay.